God had worked in her of moving from disorder to order, and then how she took that story, and then how she shared that with somebody else, and how God used that to bring order into their life. So, Jeanie, why don't you start off with just like you did before with just really the beginning of the story, how you were like really out of disorder, trying to search, find God's voice. God, what do you want me to do? I don't know, and then God spoke to you.
Well, I was in a place in my walk with Christ where I wasn't sure where he wanted to use me. I thought I wanted to do this, and I want to do that, and I want to do that, and I just felt like there wasn't opportunities there for me to do that. And I started to get frustrated and bitter, and I knew right there, I said, this is not from you. This is not from you. And so I kind of committed myself to pray and just make myself available to whatever God had me do. And then came an opportunity where I volunteer for the Dream Center of Vineland. And the Dream Center is an organization in Vineland that there's multiple things we do, but I specifically work in the area of feeding the homeless. And God has done such amazing things. And one of the stories I do want to share with you about, I know was a God story, was one night my husband and I were going to Walmart, and I see this elderly man, about 65 years old, and he's in a fetal position trying to steal some warmth from the entrance of Walmart. And as I was walking, I was like, no, God, I'm tired. I want to go home. I know what you're doing here, and I'm not doing it. And I walked into Walmart, and the whole time in Walmart, I'm crying. I'm crying, and I'm like, oh, God, I'm so tired. I don't want to do this. And he's, it's somewhere during this, the message that I got was, listen, I want you to serve me, not a ministry, and I want you to serve me, and here's the opportunity. And so let me
interrupt you for a second, because it's going to get better, and I don't want to miss some of these early parts. So one of the things I want you to hear is you see her listening to God. Right, so she's searching, and so God is out of the confusion of where do I go, what do I do? God's starting to bring order in terms of, okay, Jeanie, you're going to do this. And then this individual, she passes, right, on her way into Walmart. It's disrupting her shopping trip, right? But she allows it to, and she's attentive to that particular life. And then what does she do as she's attentive? What did we say earlier? She grieved, right? She grieved. And then you're going to hear more of how she's still searching for God. God brings order in terms of clarity of what he wants her to do. And then we're going to see more. So continue on.
So as I went back into the car, and I just cried, and I'm like, this is not right. This is not right. This man should not be out here in this freezing cold, elderly. It's not right, God. And what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? And my husband's in the car praying with me, and he was just like in prayer. He didn't dare say a word. And so if you know me, my car's always packed with homeless stuff, and I'm always giving out blankets and coats and things. But I kept moving forward, and I said, I got an Obama phone. Maybe this will help resolve some of this anxiety and stuff that I have going on inside of me. And I gave it to him, and God's like, and he's still stirring and stirring. And so through much prayer, like the opportunity that I had, I met him on a Friday night, and Sunday when they opened for prayer, I literally ran. I jogged a little bit over there, and I'm like, I need to hear God. I do not want to be ruled by my emotions right now. Like, it has to be a God thing, because my emotions are here and there and everywhere. But God, it has to be about you. Like, you've got to be louder than my emotions right now. And so I ran for prayer, and then I ran to the car and prayed, and I just couldn't stop praying. I'm like, I got to hear you. And after church, my husband said, you know what, let's go pick him up for breakfast. And so we did. We picked him up for breakfast, and then we took him home so that he could finally have a shower, and I washed his clothes. And the man couldn't read, he couldn't write, he couldn't speak English. He couldn't even spell his children's name. He was just in a place where his mentally ill wife had caused so much violence and fear in his life. He just fled. And then God just started doing things in my life. Like, I wasn't trusting so much in me, but I'm like, okay, God, you put me in this. It's all you now. And that's what we did. And over a period of time, we found his family. I literally went onto the white pages online, and I looked up every last name of Collazo in Allentown, and I called every single one. And we found them. And it was awesome, because I didn't realize that the family had been searching for him, and they thought this was the phone call to let them know that he was dead. And so when I said, do you know Juan? And they said, that's my uncle. And they're like, oh my God, he's dead, he's dead. I'm like, no, he's right here with me. And you could hear this boy running through the house. Mommy, they found him. And it was just crazy what God did. This man got reunited with his children. He got reunited with his sister. And he's doing great. He got a little pickup truck, and he's working as a janitor. And he's serving God in his community, and just kind of paying it forward. And now he's going to go back home to Puerto Rico and help take care of his elderly mom. And so God is he's just awesome. Yeah. That's him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's Juan.
So, Jeanie, how many years of training do you have as a social worker?
None.
So